Oh my God, that's like the best joke of all time, and you just ruined it with your stupidness.
I know. Well, I'm like, I'm triggered by my own swing accident. Thank you.
Oh, right. Whoopsie.
I'd totally forgotten about that. And when it came out of the session, I was like, oh my gosh, like, wow, that's right. I still have the big lump actually in the back of my head where I landed. So you'd think I'd remember. I would not go good bald, just saying, just anyway, sorry, we are recording. So
Andre, triggering people.
you're welcome. Yeah, no, it's all good.
So,
Okay, so first of all, welcome everyone to our egos and conscious mind conversation. Um, uh, and this is an amazing opportunity for me to be able to congratulate Andre. Golf clapping. I'm golf clapping. That's what I'm doing, guys. Not nothing else. Just a golf clap. For, for Andre because he has started to be able to channel. Yay! So I'm beyond proud. So tell us how you got to be able to start doing this.
okay, gosh. Well, actually, I have always wanted to be able to do it. I've always felt this real big push to want to be able to channel directly, to be able to let go enough and to trust enough to be able to receive the information. I used to think that channeling was something that only certain people could do, that it's like a special gift that, was given to a specific person, who is meant to sort of be a channel. Through experience with my mediumship and my spiritual work, realize that that is just a form of channeling. We all channel. And I feel like as well, everyday people, without even realizing it, are channeling when they connect, when they're making decisions and when they're giving advice to people, So one day, it was actually you, Joe, when I was about to go to bed one night and you were like, all right, dude, sit on your bed right now and channel, God damn it. And I was like, nope, I'm going to bed. And you were like, just do it. I promise you can do it. Trust, trust, trust. And I was like, all right, okay, I'm just going to give it a go. Like, why not? We're going to give it like 30-second channel and see what happens, see if I can do it. And I recorded it, and I started speaking. And I remember that moment when I was speaking thinking, oh my God, this is so creepy and so weird. It was totally different. I was like talking to myself and welcoming myself, and I finished and I was like, okay, that's a good like 30 seconds. That's cool, sweet. I gave it my best shot. We'll see how it sounds. And it ended up being like nearly 6 minutes long, the channel. And so I was like, oh my God, I was really down. I was super in the zone, super connected, and I didn't even realize it. And those 6 minutes just flew by. And when I listened back to the channel, the energy and the advice was so profound. I was just super blown away. And I remember sending it to Joe, you, and and I feel like you felt that energy too as well, that energy of support, and almost like this induction into a new way to connect. So that's how I got into it, and it's still new, so I'm still practicing and trying my best to let go, because right now the information is very much about me and about they like give me advice to sort of help me continue it on and go on with the channeling. But it's really, yeah, it's really cool, really great.
So excited because I think it kind of, I'm going to be dramatic here and I'm going to say you message and you're like, I think I'm going to do, I'm going to try practice starting to do some channeling in my spiritual group, like later down the track. And I was like, oh my gosh, why does he still think he needs, to be taught this sort of stuff when you've done so many sessions as a practitioner and as a client, like you're so used to this energy, used to this work. It kind of was like in that poking mood. And I'm pretty sure it was them actually trying to push and encourage, like I have with Kane as well. I mean, he can channel too. And quite a lot of my clients can, because they sort of open up that connection, they understand where their connection comes from, and it sort of shows them that, you know, it's not how we assume it would be. It's the information's really within us, not because we know it, but because that's how we connect to it. Because it's like, I don't know, I can't even explain it. Like, it's the best I did. It's the best I could do. But I knew you could do it. And I knew you were delaying yourself. And I just was like, oh, why wait? Do it now. And I was like, don't, what did I say about your pillows? I was like, don't, because I knew you were going to go to bed. And I was like, don't worry about where your pillows are placed. Just, you know, just give yourself one question. And then I was like, what's the most appropriate question that you could ask? And then it was like, what is the message for the universe? What does the universe have a message for you now? What's the most important thing they need to say? And so, you know, I just kind of pushed you with love on a swing, and you came back with a with that voice message. And you know, I listened to it, and so you kind of grounded yourself for like a first minute. There was a silence, so I had it playing, and I was in the garden with my children, and then suddenly I heard you being under an session voice, and it was just beautiful praise and the most sincere, congratulations. It made me burst into tears, like, because I could feel their energy, just being so proud of you for taking that leap of trust that you can be connected to them, and and I even would, cried. I had to listen to it again because I bawled, because I was just so proud that, and I know how huge it is to take that trust in yourself, to feel valid, to be able to do it. And even when I told you again, I cried. And then I think I was telling someone else the other day about it as well, how so proud I was that, you can channel now. Like, hey, you can channel now. Look, it's basically like with no training wheels on a bike. I'm like super proud. Not for anything trying to be patronizing, but like, I'm seeing your growth. I remember your very first session was about trusting them and trusting you. And my goodness, for you to like do cartwheels in front of me, and that channeling was so authentic, so was them, I can tell it. And I think, I just couldn't have been prouder, and I'm just so pleased for you. And now that you can do this, I know you're going to be practicing it, but do you not just feel like you've got the universe like within you waiting for your beckoning call?
Yeah, I mean, totally. And I really appreciate all that support and all that push, because I am a person that needs to be pushed. And it's been a theme throughout my life. I get to a point where I'm pushed so much into a corner that I'm like, right, I'll just do it then. And that goes in my job, my everything, then I always find, actually, you know what, I needn't have had to be pushed so much, because it was always there. And yeah, I do feel like I have this sort of almost like universe on speed dial, if that makes sense, but it's still, as I am channeling and still doing it, I still find the trust hard. My channeling moments have been very much a message and then a pause of about 30 seconds where I get myself back into the zone. And then they always assure me that they're there. For me at the moment, channeling feels sort of like I'm naked in the middle of a public place. Do you know what I mean? It's quite vulnerable. I feel very exposed, and I'm still getting used to that feeling. I mean, it's not, once you're in the zone, you don't actually really think of anything, but getting yourself into that zone, you really have to sort of pull back, set the intention of trust, and remember that no one's laughing at you, and no one is thinking that you're crazy or stupid, and that was the message I gave in the very first channeling, is like, you're always so worried about how people are going to perceive you and looking silly and stupid, and actually that is a part of the ego that I need to sort of tame, because if it's pure, if it's coming from the heart, if your intentions are pure, then it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You can only know yourself, what your intentions are, and you can never lie to yourself. And the universe, my guides and my spiritual team, they know that, and they know that my intentions are pure. So therefore, they are happy to work with me. Um, and that's why I think that's what I'm sort of dealing with at the moment with regards to allowing myself to get into that zone with channeling, is to fully trust. Um, and I think it's a process, though. I think it's sort of it makes sense because, in my day to day, in my physical life, I'm finding trust difficult. Trust in the people that govern our country and govern the world, trust in the media, trust in all this stuff. My trust is very much lacking. So it's very interesting that they brought trust up as a message in my channeling. Maybe, it's I need to trust in the process more and trust in the plan, if that makes sense. So it was a really good first message.
Well, I think I think the biggest message is, to trust yourself and know your moral compass that way, and guide yourself, and not seek outside information or navigation. Of course, we want to support each other, and like, I definitely always, run my ideas and plans past people before I kind of take action on them, because I want to just make sure, have I really thought out everything totally, properly before I jump into something. So yeah, but totally understandable why people are feeling like there's a lot of things that we can't trust right now. So I fully get that too. So um, we have to have a balance. If we can't really trust the outside world, we have to really trust our inside world, so we can be kept in that equilibrium of balance, right?
Yeah, but you know what I find as well, and I find this is a theme throughout my life. With relationships and friendships, often, when I'm not trusting the outside, it's often the universe letting me know that actually the trust in myself is wavering, and that's something I need to look at. If I can trust myself and trust my intuition, then I don't need to have trust of anything else, because my intuition will tell me. My own trust in myself will tell me what I need to know in every situation.
Oh, but don't you hate it when you really like someone and you want to trust them, but then you find out they're just not the best for you?
Yes, but I haven't been listening to my gut. I haven't been listening to my intuition. I've been uh, going forward in relationships and friendships, with my gut telling me, stop this is not right for you, and there have been lessons in learning how to trust my gut, and into learning to look for the right things, and not be led astray by pretty shiny things, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? My last relationship, I was in it completely for the wrong reasons. It was about needing external validation, being happy um, in a certain situation, and it was a distraction from my spiritual awakening, which was literally just happening as I met this person. Um, and it was a great lesson. And now I have those tools. So when I look, I'm able to sort of almost base my current gut feelings of how I felt back then. How does it resonate? Is it feeling good? Is it feeling right? And that relationship in particular was a huge stepping stone in learning how to trust myself and trust the information and messages that I'm getting. Um, so now I'm really interested to see going forward, if I meet somebody again, what will that be like? Will I have learned that lesson? So I feel like I have, especially with all this practice I've been having with trusting my intuition with regards to channeling and in the sessions, and trusting my abilities as a practitioner and as a medium. And there's been huge strides with that. And as you say, there has been so much growth there. Um, so I see all those moments as being purposeful, having led me in this direction of learning to get to this point now. And that was sort of how my spiritual awakening happened, was through all these very, very, very difficult moments of the physical life with no sort of spiritual um, backup.
I think we've lost you. Okay, we're back. Sorry, we had technical difficulties. It wasn't the subconscious kicking us. kicking us out. It was just, I think we've got a storm coming here in New Zealand, so it's playing with some devices. So pardon us for that. So I'm super excited for you. Are you there?
I'm there. I'm here.
Okay, sorry. I think it must be my side because I've got silly things happening with the storm. Okay, so I'll just
Okay.
just doing some stuff right now. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'll stop.